just trying to get back to the girl that kind of died inside of me when I graduated college and didn't know where to go or what to do. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Tiara Cherie. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna take these braids out. Y'all, I've had these braids in for June 25th, July 25th. Wait, I didn't count right. I've had these braids in for 2 months. They only look good because I put some Eco-Styling gel on so I could do another video. I was looking like this. I'm gonna show y'all. I was looking like this. I was looking like this. So yeah, we gotta get this together. I have a lot of new growth, and then I was already upset when the lady did my hair because look, can y'all see that? Yeah, so I was upset when that happened because she didn't tuck at all. I didn't know you had to tell people to tuck. I thought it was like common sense, but guess not. It was a older braider too, so can't fault her for something I didn't say. But I was just annoyed because I was like, my hair is brown, the weave is black, like just tuck that out, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna take these braids out, and we're gonna talk about me moving because I moved again. As you can see, there's a different bathroom. So yeah, let's get into it. Not impressed. Let's get into it. Okay. Alright, y'all. So I moved from my hometown. I moved from Fayetteville, North Carolina to Atlanta, Georgia. Well, Amaretta would say it's not Atlanta. Amaretta would say it's not Atlanta, but yeah. I already just like had this feeling of I couldn't really do it. I didn't deserve to do it. I was feeling really down, really just in a bad place. I was doing things that wasn't really like me, and then everybody just thought I was just having fun. But so me doing stuff that wasn't like me caused me to like lose my job that I was doing.
Hey y'all, editing Tiara here. So I'm gonna say it so that way y'all can understand it because I had a lot of emotions going on and I did not say it right. So my job gave me until June 30th in order to leave. And so they gave me 3 weeks, and then I could leave because they already knew I was like, you know, moving. And so my original date was supposed to be August 1st. That was the date I put in earlier in like January. I gave them a whole notice so that, you know, August would probably be my last, my last day because I wanted to move to Atlanta. And so because of all the stuff that was happening, they decided to let me go sooner. And so, yes, just so y'all kind of know what's going on, because I did not explain this right.
At that time. And so I was already supposed to leave August 1st, but I decided to just, all right, as soon as my last day is, because they gave me a couple, like, they gave me like 3 weeks to like grab my stuff and get out of there. And it took everything in me not to be like mad, but I was really angry. I wasn't in a good place at all. I was really angry because I felt like no matter how much you do for somebody, they're gonna do what's best for them when it comes like down to business, is what I'm trying to say. And I just had to, learn that, respect that. Even if someone taught you, everything you know about your job, and you copying them subconsciously, but when you get in a position of authority, you have to, just cherish it and make sure that you're being an example. And when you're not being an example, it can bleed into, other people in the workplace. But, this is not to blame anybody on my mistakes, because I definitely knew better. Definitely knew better. But it was just a lot that I was going through emotionally, mentally. And I was just like, whatever, what is life type of thing. Like, it's not gonna happen for me, all this other stuff that just was not true. It just was not true. So I was broke for like a month. Ended up finding my place. I found a job first, then I found my place, and things like started to come together. But before then, I wasn't really like I don't know, I just wasn't smiling much unless I was creating content. But then I was so like unstable that I couldn't sit down and edit. And I already have trouble editing, but I didn't have clothes to do like hauls that I wanted to do. Couldn't really buy anything or do anything as far as like a color scheme for my Instagram because I didn't have no money to spare on that type of stuff. I just didn't. And so if you all don't know, I've been on YouTube for about 4 years now. I graduated 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 6 years. And it's just really, it's partially my fault. I've been very inconsistent, but when I first started off on YouTube, I was so consistent. Like I was posting every day, every other day, like Vlogmas, all that stuff. I was doing it. And then like after a while I was like, this is really not making me any money. And I'm spending like all this time doing this stuff just to say I have a YouTube, like, and I liked making videos. I still do. I like making content, but I was getting ready to graduate, and it became, you know, a point in time where I was like, okay, I need money. And so that's when I started working like regular jobs, and I wish I wouldn't have. But you know, everything happens for a reason. There was a lesson in this season of my life, and I just feel like this is my advice to anybody. Don't ever let anybody tell you it's time for you to go. Okay? Because I know like when you're a nice person, or when you are a person who like gives back or whatnot, you just feel like, no, I should do this because this, that, and the third, yada yada yada. If you are burnt out and you doing something, or you working at a job that you just don't want to work at, or you just in a place that you don't want to be at, you need to change that ASAP. You need to change it ASAP. It's up to you. It's not on nobody else. That falls on you. Because as soon as somebody feels like you're not valuable to them anymore, or like let's say you're in a living situation with a partner or whatnot, and they just throw you out on the street and you don't have nothing to your name, like, don't let anybody have that power over you to be like, yeah, your time is up. I don't care if it's a partner, I don't care if it's your parents, I don't care if it's your siblings, I don't care if it's your job, I don't care who it is. Like, don't let nobody do it to you, because 9 times out of 10 you feel it before it's time to go. But you be trying to honor and commit to like certain things that have not been honored to you or committed to you. So let's not do that, people. Let's not do that. And y'all, this is actually really hard for me to talk about because I don't feel like I've opened up a lot on here. It just be like, or good morning, like the good parts of my life. But I really do feel like this could help someone. But yeah, back to me being in school. When I graduated in 2020, there was a panoramic. There was a panoramic, and I graduated out of my garage. I had to, well, first off, they said that we were going back home for a spring break, a 2-week spring break. My school did not do spring breaks. We had week breaks in between the semesters, so we didn't do a spring break because we just had one, right? And so that third week they said, okay, we're gonna go virtual for just maybe a month or so, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do from there. And so us going virtual, we never went back. I went to performing arts school. Imagine going to performing arts school and it's virtual, huh? But yeah, like I said, I did not get to graduate. Graduated out of my garage. I was upset. Nobody really came to my drive-through graduation because everybody that I went to school with was either still in school or just like wasn't, or I hadn't talked to them in 4 years. So it was like nobody really came, only like my neighbors. And then my boyfriend's mom, my boyfriend at the time's mom, she came and she waited a little bit on the corner, and I'll never forget that. I love that woman. She waited a little bit on the corner, and then she like drove past. She said, all right, I gotta go, but I just wanted to come by and honk. She honked like twice, coming and going. So I thought that was really, really sweet. But yeah, that kind of just like set me back again. That really set me back, because I felt like, what am I supposed to do now? And then so I started doing like background stuff. My friend Ty, shout out to Ty, he put me on to doing some background stuff in Atlanta. And I was doing that, but I still felt like I wasn't doing enough. And if you know me as a person, I'm never satisfied. Like if something is not like how I want it, I'll be like, all right, okay, like whatever. Like, especially if there's nothing I can do about it, I get a little attitude. But yeah, so I was feeling like I was going to these, background stuff, background auditions, not auditions, but like basically signing up, which is something that anybody can do. I was doing these things, and I was featured in Sisters, Tyler Perry Sisters, but what's after that? I was doing the background stuff. Okay, I did like several of them, and then I did some more. And I was like what's after this? You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I got to be seen, but I didn't get to talk. I didn't get to speak. Like, what is all this talent over here doing, Tyler? And you just not seeing it. I'm just joking, but yeah, I just felt really just like ill, and so I went back to work. Which was the dumbest thing I could have done. But, like I said, everything happens for a reason, and that was a learning curve for me. So in December of 2021, like I said, I went back home, right? And I was looking for work. I was working at 2 places at that time, trying to figure out like what I was going to do. And then I just ended up working one job. Then I stayed with that job, and then I ended up moving to New York. Crashed my car. I was in the passenger seat when it crashed though, but that's a whole video that y'all can go tune into. Right. It just felt like every time I was happy, something happened. Life just be lifing. It just felt like every time, like literally every time, like, ooh, I just celebrated a birthday. Now you don't have a car. And then, so I went back home, and I was like, okay. I was like, let me try to really try to do social media for real. Let me do it. And then I was also helping out my cousin and my sister with their social medias at that time. But when somebody don't do content like you, it's hard for you to like tell them how to do it. But as a social media manager, like, I also had to learn how to how can I make it yours and not mine, but in a way still make it good for your audience, if that makes sense. So that was the hard part I was coming up with, which is why it was a little inconsistent with parts that I got that it was hard for, because it was new. I was like, okay, how can I do this? How can I do that? And I really couldn't figure it out through people, because people don't really talk about social media management on social media. They don't. Like, I need a long YouTube video to tell me ins and outs and details. Okay, please, thank you. I might do that once I figure it out. All right. Yeah. But yeah, and then I was working. Got burnt out. Went on vacation to Puerto Rico. Yeah, I was working. Got burnt out. Added a second job. And then went to Puerto Rico vacation, right? And then I was working again. Then we had that, yeah, I was working again. And then after that, I was just burnt out, and there was nothing really going on at that time. Like, things just got slow for me. And I hate not having something like what's next. Like, for me I don't know. It's just me. I need something like to look forward to. Like, I can't just come in somewhere and like not know what's next. Not like feel like something is after this. And so it just became to a point where I was like, and it was so sad because I just started doing whatever. And I was like, I don't know what's next for me. I don't care. I was upset with myself. I was upset with, just people around me. I was upset with a lot of things. I put on a show, okay, at work, acting like I was, there when I really was not. I put on a show with my family, told them I was okay, I was fine. All the positive things or whatnot. I even put on a show in my therapy sessions to the point where my therapist didn't even know like what was really going on until I told her what was really going on. And she kind of knew but didn't, but had to let me figure it out. Child, boom. And then like I said, during that time, it was whatever. And then I was given one last chance to prove myself, at my job. And I was just like, yeah, I don't care. And then even when my last day was coming up, child, I went out of town and came back when I wanted to. I made sure everything was like good, but I didn't go through the command of chain. I just kind of just like put people in place to cover whatever needed to happen and dipped and came back because I was tired, couldn't get on the road. It was a whole thing. And I just did I didn't care. I tried to care. Everything in me tried to care, but I couldn't. I couldn't. And so I already knew it was time for me to go. Like I said, I was really angry during that time too. There were several times where I went home and was like screaming, angry, sad. And I've never been this angry in my entire life. I was never this angry in my entire life. I was so angry until I went to a women's conference. I'm about to cry. I went to a women's conference. It was pink. Hold on, I got the bag. Hold on, so I can get the name right. Pumps and Pearls. So, an old friend of mine at church, her name is Tamani. She asked me to, be one of her singers at worship leaders at this event. And I was like, okay. And we were learning the music or whatnot. And as we were learning the music, I was still like angry or whatnot. But when I came into that, every time I came into that space, it kind of just. But on the day of that event, like, I cried it all out. I screamed it out. I sang it out. I just gave it to God, and I was like, then I remembered that day. I was like, I have been asking for a push. I've been asking for a push. I said, Lord, give me a sign. Let it be obvious that it's time for me to do this or that or move or whatever you want me to do. I'm gonna let you move. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you move. And so that's exactly what happened. And so I feel like God knew that me leaving had to be brutal, and it had to come from a place of love, but in a sense of you're not even supposed to be doing this. What you doing right now? Like, I don't know who you was listening to whenever you thought this was okay, but it's not. So I need you to just go ahead and just go on about your day. Alrighty? And I need you to listen this time, okay? Listen this time around. Alrighty? Listen this time around. And that's what I'm doing here now. I'm the happiest I've been. Oh, I'm about to cry. I'm the happiest I've been in a very long time. I'm on time for work. I'm making content. I am, just trying to get back to the girl that kind of died inside of me when I graduated college and didn't know where to go or what to do. I just remember myself being like so full of life, brightening everyone's days, being so silly and goofy, and like slowly it just went away. Like slowly I was goofy, yeah, but like slowly like life kicking, and I thought that I had to stay in my hometown and do the things that society and my so-called people around me were telling me to do, when I really should have just went off of my vision and what me and God discussed. Cause nobody knows a plan like him, okay? And so, yeah. Every time I came back home, it felt comfortable. It did. The one time that I came back though, it taught me consistency. It taught me I was going to the gym. I was eating right. I was doing this, doing that content, like spitting it out. Woo! And then, yeah, I just crashed. Not crashed in like a tired type of thing, but crashed in the sense of just lost my way. But I'm back now, and I'm happier than I've ever been. But yeah, that's my whole life spiel. That's my whole life spiel. So right now I am currently, well, y'all, I said I was dating myself, but sis went on one date, and then sis went on another date, but the other date is with somebody else. Okay. So, I said I was dating myself, but then I ended up going on another date, and I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I don't like anything's wrong with that, but I do need to stay focused, because we did not come here to get distracted like how we did when we were at home. That's not what we're finna do. It's just not. No, absolutely not. And so I just got to be careful. I have to be really, really careful with what I choose to do, what I choose to put up with. And I have to put me first at all times. At all times. And then when you all see because I've already moved it. So when you all see my moving vlog, you will see Najee, my ex. You will see him. We are still friends, okay? Because somebody's probably gonna ask that. So I'm just gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. We are still friends. And yeah, he's been a blessing, because my dad needed help, moving my stuff. So I'm just grateful for him, being there for me and stuff. Because, boy, I've moved that joker in several college dorms. What? So I was just happy that he was there to support me in that time. But yeah, and so currently I'm just working on dating myself more. But if I do decide to date somebody, just being careful about that, not getting lost in the sauce and googly eyes and stuff, whatever. And yeah, I'm just trying to focus on the goal, the racks that's gonna come. Okay? And then I'm also focusing on speaking up for myself. I feel like there was plenty of times where like somebody may have like called me out for something and I just didn't care enough to say nothing. Especially if they were like wrong about half of the details that they was talking about. Yeah, when people argue with me or they try to call me out about something, I just say, okay. Like I don't be caring. I don't. And it's bad. It's bad now, but like I don't care. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I don't care. Like I don't care. If it doesn't pertain to me bettering myself, or like it's not making me any money, and if it is making me money but it's not pertaining to me bettering myself, I don't care. Sadly, but I don't care. I just can't. I don't have the capacity anymore to care. I don't have the capacity to care anymore for like other people and what they have going on. I don't, and I wish that I did sometimes, but I don't. Sometimes people be telling me about what they got going on in their life, and I'll be like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta get off the phone. I'll be like, come on, Tia, you can't be like that. I'm like, no, I've been that friend for years. I've been that person in people's lives for years, and just listening or like, I'm not doing that no more. I don't want to listen. I want to do what I got going on. I don't really care about what you got going on, because it's the same thing you had going on years ago. It's like it be the same stuff, just in a different format. Like, and so I don't have the capacity for it anymore. I just don't. But that's just what it is. But yeah, working on dating myself, speaking up, and being a better dog mom. Yeah, during a time where I am not myself, Yogi feels it. Yogi feels it tenfold. He be in the cage. And he was in the cage during that time. I would come home late, and it was just, I would still take him out, still walk him and stuff, but It was literally just feed, eat, drink, play a little bit, feed, eat, drink, play a little bit. And so, yeah. And versus like when we first started, I would take him on like long walks, make sure that he got like his outside time in and stuff. And so I don't want him to become like a lazy dog. I want him to always have that joy and stuff. And also I want him to eat healthy. I've been buying like healthier foods now that I'm trying to figure out the cheap stuff is unhealthy. I knew that, but in my head I was like, oh, it's dog food. They have strong stomachs. I realized dogs do not have strong stomachs. And you can't treat a child like that, so I gotta get better at this before I start a family, all right? But yeah, y'all, we're gonna finish the rest of this head. And child, that's gonna be it, honey. Oh, I don't know. Please get comfortable. I've created a place for you to come in. Come in. I literally can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. My arms.
If you leave me, I could die. I swear, you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be yours. The loving thing totally me. I am so obsessed. I want to chop your body. I need a makamishi. Upon a make I see you. You're my love, one, two, three. Let me make a bad man.
Alright, y'all, we're on the last one. We're on the last one. This one right here. Let me make sure before I get excited. Yes, we're on the last one. We're on the last one. Whew. Whew. This is 2 long months of craziness. Look at me trying to wear it out and stuff. Cause I go to the grocery store like this. But yeah, y'all. That's it. That's it. Okay. Thank you so much for watching my video. Y'all, if you're going through some of the same things that I went through, I would say just keep being positive. I feel like that was one of the things that helped me through most of it. I just kept being positive. No matter how angry, sad, or upset I felt, I just kept being positive and saying that everything's going to be all right, everything's going to work out. And it did. It did. So, just keep being positive. Oh! Alrighty, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. My name is Tiara Cherie again. And remember to always do what makes you happy. I'm out of here. Peace.